Alright, I'm going to try something a little bit different this time, just so it's not me talking in front of a camera. It'll be me talking in front of a camera with a little bit of that, Subway Runners animation in the background that the kids love so much, so they're not so AD&D distracted. But I'm just going to be doing some offline farming while I discuss a little bit more about my little Twitch adventure. And thank you to all the people who pointed out that, like an idiot that I am, I forgot to double check whether the audio recorded. It did not. So I'm going to just recap what I said in that video. While trying to get my last thorn whip. Anyway, the essence of what I've been doing over the past 2 weeks is I decided to start just streaming myself doing more or less what I normally do in my off time, just to see exactly what the discoverability and, just organic growth on Twitch is, and the answer is not really great. I have a grand total of, I'd say, one actual quote-unquote fan, just another streamer who's decided to come hang out because, apparently likes watching me for whatever reason. I'm nothing terribly special at this game. I'm competent, but I'm no G9, we'll just put it that way. But anywho, in fairness, I've been going out of my way to not do any of the extra stuff that most people do in order to fuel growth on Twitch. I don't really have a Twitter. I'm not really linking my YouTube account because I'm not doing much with that except ranting on weird little drama and occasionally political stuff. I don't have an Instagram. My Discord is entirely dedicated to talking to my old college friends, and that's it. And of all the people who do come in to stream, the overwhelming majority of them are either bots trying to sell me extra views, so botted views, and people who are possibly either just running a bot or are ESL and therefore are reading off of a script trying to sell me artwork, thumbnails, banners, stream element stuff, that sort of thing. So I have to tell them politely, usually, but firmly, no thank you. I'm not exactly broke, but I'm not rich either. I don't have money to be spending on that sort of stuff, and I frankly don't want to. Now, I have discovered two things to do with that, which is that number one, shouldn't say downloaded, I set up something referred to as SeryBot, S-E-R-Y, which is basically an automated Twitch bot that so far seems to have a fairly high accuracy rate on pulling the trigger on people trying to sell me either botted views or asking for my Discord and my Instagram so they can sell me their custom artwork. And occasionally people who do that will actually respond to what I say back to them, and they'll obfuscate the fact that's what they're doing until later. Sometimes they'll hear me say no and apparently not register and just keep going along with their pitch regardless of what I'm saying, so probably a bot. Thorn whip? Nope. And once or twice I've had people who are, actually, friendly and responsive and seem to be, on the up and up and having fun until about, 10 minutes in when they throw the pitch at me. Then I had one person who came in and just said, hey, do you like anime? What else do you play? Hey, do you want my artwork? They went through the whole spiel in 15 seconds. Had to have been a bot. I think it kind of makes sense. Twitch is a lot like OnlyFans, except you don't have to necessarily show people your asshole. Although that has apparently happened on a couple occasions. What I mean by that is that when people go to Twitch, they usually already know who they want to watch. You know, they want to watch an Asmongold, they want to watch an Emaru, they want to watch a Philion, they want to watch an Iron Mouse, they want to watch, you know, a Hassan or someone like that. They already know who it is they're interested in. So the overwhelming majority of people on Twitch are 0 and 1 views, like me. And they're like that presumably for a very long time, because until you either have a viral moment on a clip or something, or you get a collaboration with some other person who has a larger viewership and you absorb a couple of their people, something like that, then Twitch itself doesn't really seem to have any internal means of just putting you in front of people for putting yourself out there. That being said, I mean, I'm usually playing these games in silence anyway, occasionally having someone wander in and chat for a minute. Not a totally unpleasant experience, so I kind of like it, so I'm going to keep it up for a while and see what happens. Other than that, though, I really don't have anything else to say. Platform pretty obviously dying. It's a nice idea. It's a little bit hard to monetize for the company, probably. And I still don't have my last Thorn Whip. That being said, I think I'm going to actually start doing this farming on stream just so I can bore other people with myself. So, catch you around. Oh wait, no, there's one last thing I wanted to mention. Someone said something that kind of got my ears in my head turning when they came in and said, "Oh, you're a brand new streamer." And I was like, well, I've been at this for a week or so, not brand new, relatively new. And then they said, oh, well, you still have like the default, you know, just person outline avatar, and your banner's just like the basic. And I'm like, oh, that's right. I never bothered to change those because I hadn't really thought about them. And then I was like, wait a minute. What if that's how the art people are finding my stream? They're going around looking specifically for people using the default PFP and banner image, so that they can go, oh, I'm going to sell to that person because they don't have one yet. So I whipped something up that's basically just more or less pointless words mocking the idea of having those things, but while not being, you know, the original. And the moment I did that, a good, I'd say 3/4 of the art people just vanished, like immediately. That's all it took. Even though if you look at, you know, those two things, they're very obviously not meant to be serious. They could definitely stand to be replaced by something professionally done. But just having something there custom at all seems to make the art people disappear. Yeah, it ain't pretty. It ain't flashy. It just gets the job done and gets the job done quick. Alright. Wish me luck. Still need that Thorn Whip. Later, YouTube.